Hi everybody, it's Kristen. I am recording this video again. I recorded it once already, and you know how you do something and then you think about it for a few hours and you think, oh, that really wasn't very good. Whether it be a video or something else, I don't know. So most of my videos I just record, upload. I don't really think too much about it. I just kind of do, not most of them, all of them so far. I don't usually do them more than once. I just kind of try to be me right up front. And anyway, I am rambling, speaking of being me. So I'm recording this again, is my point. I looked much better the first time, but I just wasn't happy with it, so I'm going to try it again. So I am going to do something called Topic Tuesday. I've decided that's what I'm going to call it. Every Tuesday I'm going to do a different kind of topic. So this Tuesday is going to be foundations. Sorry, I can see my hair sticking up and I don't like it so much. So I am not a makeup artist. The only person I've tested these foundations on for the most part is me. So that kind of, you know, limits, I suppose, what I can say about a foundation. And but nonetheless, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to kind of talk about drugstore foundations, and then I'll talk about my other foundations. The first, and I'm going to kind of do it in the order of dislike to like. So the first foundation, and a lot of people might be surprised by this because I think there are people that really love this foundation, but it's the Neutrogena Healthy Skin. This color is Classic Ivory 10, and it's an SPF of 20. Pour like that, no spout. And this foundation disappears off of my skin in about 2 hours, and that's no joke. I do not like this. I've tried it a couple of times, again recently, just to verify, and I do not like this foundation at all. I can't recommend it. Again, I'm not sure who I am to be recommending anything to anybody, but I did not like this at all. And I know that there are lots of people that do like this. I just didn't work for me. So that's that one. This is the Vichy foundation. And this, I guess, you can get at CVS. I can't find it at my CVS. Some Walgreens, I think, maybe carry this. But anyway, so I had heard Juicy Tuesday talk about this and love it. I think Lisa SZ09 has tried it and liked it. It just didn't work for me. I think because my skin is more on the dry side than it is on the oily side now, as I've mentioned a few times. And this, I think, is probably better for oily. This did not work for me. So that's that. Then the next one, and I have not heard very many people talk about this. And you don't, well, it's the Almay 16-hour TLC, or Truly Lasting Color. You can see that. And my color is 120 Ivory, and this is SPF 15, and it has a pump. Love that. It gets points for me for a pump. I do not like having to pour it out. This one is a squeezy too, by the way, in case you couldn't tell that. This one actually does stay really well. I used this, the powder I used to set this particular one, it was the Almay Truly Lasting Color powder as well. I've also set it with the Chanel powder. And this really works really well. It really works really well. Holy redundancy. I don't have any complaints. It's not fantastic. It's not horrible. It just works. It does what it says. I don't know about 16 hours because I don't usually have my makeup on for 16 hours, but it does work. Just nothing fantastic. Then the Revlon Color Stay. I didn't like this originally. I think I mentioned that one of my face of the days. I felt like it was, it just didn't stay like it said. I mean, it didn't do what it claimed to do. But that was before I kind of had my skin back under control after my surgery. So I'm in the color 200, and this one that I use is the normal to dry skin. I think they have an oily one as well. So this, it does stay. Like I said, I've just recently tested it again for a few days. This is also a pour out. You know, companies could learn a thing or two about putting a spout on there. And does it really cost that much extra to put a spout on? Anyway, I digress. jump off my soapbox. So anyway, this works really well. It stays really well. It gives a nice finish. I don't think that, I've heard a lot of people like rave and rave about how fantastic it is. I don't know that it's fantastic, but it's good. Again, it's much like the Almay one that, Almay, whatever, that it works. But these look like they're two different colors, but they don't look like that on my skin. Okay, then the L'Oreal True Match. This one has a really nice finish. I would say this one lasts about 8-ish hours. This also is just a pour out. And I'm in the color Classic Ivory or N2. I really like this one. Excuse me. Oh, this is the super blendable. I don't know if there's a non-super blendable, but at any rate, that's what this one is. This one, like I said, lasts really well. Good finish. Like I said, about 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours, something like that. So not as long as the Revlon, but a nice foundation. But overall, beyond a shadow of a doubt, my favorite drugstore foundation is the Rimmel Lasting Finish. I don't know what took me so long to try it. I was like, Rimmel, really? But I kept seeing Emily Noel 23 talk about, or why can't I ever get her number right? Emily Noel 83 talk about it. And I really like this foundation. It's good. It lasts forever. When I take it off with my Neutrogena wipe at the end of the day, that's kind of how I determine how a foundation has lasted, not just in how it looks, but how much of it comes off. And it's lots of it comes off at the end of the day with this one, so I like that one. Okay, my non-drugstore foundations that I have, I started with MAC, and I have the Pro Longwear and the Mineralized Satin Finish, NC25 in the Mineralized Satin Finish, NC20 in the Pro Longwear. I really like both of these foundations. I tend to mix them though, so that the satin finish lasts a little bit longer. This is a more dewy finish, and I really like that because of my dry skin. You can see I've used a good amount of both of these. I just kind of put them to the side because I was trying other things, and you know how it is when you're trying other things. So that's that. I'm going to pause this real quick because it looks like my battery's dying. One moment, please. Okay, sorry about that. All plugged in. Okay, so my higher end foundations that I have tried, like I said, are the MAC ones. I think that's where I left off, the MAC ones. And then another, and those I like. I don't have any complaints about those. The Pro Longwear by itself actually is a little bit drying. I think it worked well when my skin was a little bit oilier, but now that it is dry, I just, like I said, combine it with this and make them both, you know, just makes this a little bit longer wear. I wonder if I could try that with the Neutrogena, if that would work. I might try that. Okay. The other MAC foundation that I have is the Studio Sculpt foundation. My color in this one is NC20. Yeah, this is crap. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing with it. That's always my first gut is that I'm doing something wrong. I should apologize for what I'm wearing, by the way. I was all dressed up earlier today when I did this the first time, and now I'm wearing a Packer sweatshirt because it's cold. It's like 60 degrees today, and I'm not complaining because I love fall. Anyway, moving on, not what the video is about. So this foundation just it looks kind of orange on my skin, it oxidizes, and I've heard, I think Lisa SEO9 talk about how MAC foundations oxidize in her and make her look orange. I hadn't had that with either of the other two, but with this one, it really doesn't. I've tried applying this with different brushes. I don't know if I need a different primer or what, but I do not like this. I can't recommend this one at all. Okay, that's it for the MAC ones. Then one of my favorite ones is the Makeup Forever Face and Body. And this one has a little spout, which, as you know by now, I like. You really have to shake this one up. This one, I think I mentioned this when I used it in my favorites. It doesn't look like I've used much, but I had 2 very generous samples from Sephora. When they color matched me, used it on me, I loved it, wanted it, and then they didn't have it in stock. So she gave me 2 full things. You don't need very much at all. This is a very nice foundation for summer, for me, in my opinion. It really gives me more of a sheer cover. It does cover up my red on my cheeks, because I get a little red here and here. It does cover up the red on my cheeks without full coverage. And sometimes, while I prefer a fuller coverage, I probably should have said that right off the front. I definitely prefer a fuller coverage foundation. This one kind of gives me that full coverage look without feeling heavy, and so I like that. I've liked that a lot this summer. The only mineral foundation I can speak to, I do own the Laura Mercier Natural Beige, but I just recently bought that to go with my BB creams. Lisa D1 always uses that with her BB creams, so I have stolen that idea from her, and so I have that, but I can't really speak to it because I haven't used very much. So I have used the Bare Minerals Original for years. Probably for 3 years before I used any liquid foundations again. For a long time I used Aveda foundations for a couple of years, and then for, I really want to say about 4 years, I think I've been using this until maybe a year and a half ago. So when I started buying liquid foundations again. So I still use these a lot, especially in the summer. My color is light, and this is an SPF of 15. I don't know why I show you that, but to prove that my color is light. I really like this, and when I use this, I use the Mineral Veil. That's the only time I use the Mineral Veil as a finishing powder. I probably could use it more often, but I tend to be all matchy-matchy with brands. But the coverage is good. It's a very full coverage, which I like. It covers up the red on my cheeks. It does a great job. This is the Clinique Redness Solution in SPF 15. This is crap. I do not like this at all. It didn't last, it didn't cover, it didn't do anything. I'm not gonna waste much more time on it than to tell you that it's crap. I do not like it. The Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. This one is a really nice one in the summer when it's really humid. I used this a lot before when my skin was a little more oily, but now that my skin is kind of dry, it's a little bit drying, but I do like it when it's going to be very humid. Then this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay. Oh, I didn't tell you, this one has a little spout, as does the Clinique one. Spout's good, pump's good. Open mess, I don't like that so much. Okay, and this one has the same kind of thing. This one I really like. It's a nice coverage. It lasts for probably 8 hours on me, 6, 7, 8 hours, something like that. The brush that it comes with I really, really like. So yeah, not too much to say about it. You know, it is what it is. I have from Chanel, I have 2 foundations from Chanel. I have the Pro Lumiere and the Vita Lumiere. I did hear that maybe the Pro Lumiere is going away. I'm not positive about that. My color is 10 or nude, and 7 ivory in the Vita Lumiere. I like both of these. They have a great finish. They last probably 6 hours. They don't last forever, but I like the finish so much. I might start experimenting with like the MAC Pro Longwear, putting a little bit of that into these, or the Revlon Color Stay, maybe just seeing if I can get them to last so long, but the finish on them is fantastic. Last but certainly not least is the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation. My color is Beige Ivory. I very much enjoy this foundation. It gives a good coverage. It's perfect for like a going out. It's heavy, so you know it's not something you wear every day, but it does really give a good, nice, full coverage. Okay, so that was kind of an overview. If you have any questions on something specific, or you want a more specific review on something, don't hesitate to leave me a comment and let me know. I do have, like I said, some BB creams, and I will review those once I've used them a little bit more. So, okay, I hope you guys are having a great day. and let me know what you think of the Topic Tuesday idea. Next week, maybe I'll do concealers. So, okay. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.